No matter how advanced our cities and technology is, eventually we get tired of all the noise, stress, and crowd of the city and want to be in the nature. Humans have transformed Earth beyond recovery, but luckily not everything is lost yet. Beautiful mountains, blue water lakes, magnificent oceans with fabulous islands. Our planet has many breathtaking places and awe-inspiring sceneries just waiting for you to discover them. However, life is short, and the funds are limited, so we have to narrow down the selection. Knowing that you are just another lazy panda, I've done it for you. I've picked 41 most amazing places in the world. However, it is said that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so you may as well have your very own personal list of places to see before you die. Antelope Canyon is the most visited and most photographed slot canyon in the American Southwest. It is located on Navajo land near Page, Arizona. Antelope Canyon includes two separate, photogenic slot canyon sections, referred to individually as Upper Antelope Canyon or the Crack, and Lower Antelope Canyon or the Corkscrew. The Navajo name for Upper Antelope Canyon is Tsebighanalini, which means the place where water runs through rocks. Lower Antelope Canyon is Hashdastasi, or spiral rock arches. Antelope Canyon was formed by erosion of Navajo sandstone, primarily due to flash flooding and secondarily due to other subaerial processes. Rainwater, especially during monsoon season, runs into the extensive basin above the slot canyon sections, picking up speed and sand as it rushes into the narrow passageways. Over time the passageways are eroded away, making the corridors deeper and smoothing hard edges in such a way as to form characteristic flowing shapes in the rock. The Phi Phi Islands are located in Thailand, between the large island of Phuket and the western Andaman Sea coast of the mainland. Classic beaches, stunning rock formations, and vivid turquoise waters teeming with colorful marine life, it's paradise perfected. Santorini is perhaps the most fascinating and most talked about island of Greece in the Aegean. Only the name of the island is enough to unfold in mind pleasurable connotations: volcanic landscape, gray and red beaches, dazzling white houses, terraces with panoramic sea views, stunning sunsets, wild fun. All this, together with remnants of lost civilizations discovered in the volcanic ash, justify the epithets with which visitors identify Santorini, and fairly is called magical, indescribable, astonishing. The Maldives lies in two rows of atolls in the Indian Ocean, just across the equator. The country is made up of 1,190 coral islands formed around 26 natural ring-like atolls, spread over 90,000 square kilometers. These atoll structures are formed upon a sharp ridge rising from the ocean, making way for their secluded uniqueness. Maldives has deep blue seas, turquoise reefs, white sandy beaches and palm trees. It is also a place full of character, where its people have long spent their days languishing in the very essence of idle living. While it is the perfect place to sit on a beach and watch a sunset with a cocktail balanced on your hand, it is also a geographical marvel, knowing that there are thousands of fish swimming around the vivid corals just a few feet away from where you sit. Astonishing. Machu Picchu stands 2,430 m above sea level, in the middle of a tropical mountain forest, in an extraordinarily beautiful setting. It was probably the most amazing urban creation of the Inca Empire at its height. Its giant walls, terraces and ramps seem as if they have been cut naturally in the continuous rock escarpments. The natural setting, on the eastern slopes of the Andes, encompasses the upper Amazon basin with its rich diversity of flora and fauna. The Incas started building the estate around AD 1400, but abandoned it as an official site for the Inca rulers a century later at the time of the Spanish conquest. Although known locally, it was unknown to the outside world before being brought to international attention in 1911 by the American historian Hiram Bingham. The Great Wall of China, one of the greatest wonders of the world, was listed as a World Heritage by UNESCO in 1987. Just like a gigantic dragon, the Great Wall winds up and down across deserts, grasslands, mountains, and plateaus, stretching approximately 8,851.8 kilometers, 5,500 miles, from east to west of China. With a history of more than 2,000 years, some of the sections are now in ruins or have disappeared. However, it is still one of the most appealing attractions all around the world owing to its architectural grandeur and historical significance. It offers a stunning portrait of this island of extremes, where some of Europe's biggest glaciers cozy up to some of the continent's hottest volcanic springs. Every season has its own unique charm, and there are always opportunities to experience new things, discover beauty, and be mesmerized by the freshness and colors of nature. Bora Bora emerged from the waters 3 million years ago. Like all the other Polynesian islands, this volcanic island slowly sinking in the ocean. It currently presents particular geological characteristics ranging in between a high island and an atoll status. Island has unforgettable turquoise lagoon where a multicolor aquatic fauna, sting and manta rays, sharks, tropical fishes, can be observed by outrigger canoe, boat, or diving explorations. The coral reef includes a string of islets and gorgeous white sand beaches surrounding the main island. Wave is a sandstone rock formation located in the United States of America near the Arizona and Utah border on the slopes of the Coyote Buttes, in the Paria Canyon Vermilion Cliffs Wilderness, on the Colorado Plateau. Nearly 200 million years ago, this region was a sandy desert where huge dunes migrated across the landscape pushed by seasonal winds. Prevailing winds of that ancient Jurassic time can be determined by examining the cross-bedding layers in the sandstone. What we see today are some of the original cross-bedded dunes shaped into dramatic landforms and exposed by erosion from eons of runoff. The spectacular ribbons of various colors called Lees-Gang bands were formed by movement and precipitation of oxidizing materials such as iron and manganese by groundwater. Thin veins or fins of calcite cut across the sandstone, adding another dimension to the landscape. The World Wonder is without a doubt Jordan's most valuable treasure and greatest tourist attraction. It is a vast, unique city, carved into the sheer rock face by the Nabateans, an industrious Arab people who settled here more than 2,000 years ago, turning it into an important junction for the silk, spice, and other trade routes that linked China, India and southern Arabia with Egypt, Syria, Greece, and Rome.